My name is Clive Evans and I'm the location manager for the new series of Doctor Who. We are down in the basement of the BBC, of Broadcasting House, and in episode 2 we used this as our maintenance corridor. We had a scene here with Doctor Who and Jabe, where Jabe was explaining her roots to the Doctor Who. There's a bit of a pun there, and you'll know what that pun is when you watch. This is the maintenance corridor in the space station set 5 million years from now. So all this cabling is actually part of what goes on at the BBC. So we have not to add too much to this. The art department brought in a little bit of flattage and had these automatic doors, one either side, which is what Doctor Who used his sonic screwdriver on. So what's special is that there wasn't a lot to do. We just turn up and shoot. As well as being visually fantastic, not a lot for the art department to do. We can get our crew very close, in the way of the vehicles, technical vehicles, and that just through those doors and up the stairs, there's the publicum lot, which we use to park all of our vehicles. So everything is within easy reach, really. I'll get a script, then I'll sit down with Ed, our designer, and he'll go through exactly what he's looking for and what he can work with. And well, we go through exactly what's a location and what's going to be a build, and then he'll tell me what he's looking for in that location, and then I'll do my best to offer 3 or 4 options. Billy's flat was a real headache, and in the end we couldn't find anything, because as well as finding what is visually good, you've got to find something which offers plenty of space, because you've got 20 odd people behind the camera, as well as your artists and as well as your background artists. So you need space, and finding a 3-bedroom flat with a lot of space has proved to be the biggest headache for us. But we didn't find it, so we had to build it. Well, I did find one flat in Gabalfa, and I did think it was a little bit of a wind-up, because it was on the 3rd floor. I'd been given a bit of a tip-off about this flat. And when I turned up, I knocked the door, and I could hear the theme tune to Doctor Who play. And it wasn't a wind-up, as it happens. I went in, mentioned who I was, and he thought it was a wind-up as well. And I went in, had a look around, and there were about 20 models of TARDISes everywhere and Daleks. It was just a bit spooky. And he thought it was a wind-up, thought somebody had sent him around. He was studying my business card and couldn't believe that the location manager from Doctor Who was there. One of my favourites has been interior 10 Downing Street. We did put the call in to find out if we could actually film there, but there was we were laughed at, actually. So, which we used Hensel Castle for. And to see that transformed into a 10 Downing Street, that was wonderful as well. That was, what we're looking for is depth. The DOP is always looking for depth, unusual shapes, something that he can really play around with the lighting. And they also, for some reason, they like pillars and things like that, things they can shoot through. What can go wrong? Wow, this is endless. We lost part of Belvedere Road behind County Hall, and we had a day to sort something out, and we actually, during rush hour on the Monday morning, we managed to close Whitehall for one of the scenes in Ep1, I think it was. And that was a real, I was quite chuffed with what happened there. That was brilliant. We pulled it off with about 3 police officers, just closed it. The place, the whole street was empty. It was wonderful. Another thing that did make me happy, which I thought was stunning, was when we closed off all the streets in Swansea, and they were full of snow, and seeing Simon Callow coming down as Charles Dickens walking through there, that was quite special. The acting has been brilliant. A lot of special effects have been fantastic, but what will really stand out are the locations. It'd be nice to have a bottomless pit to work with, so you could just throw a serious amount of money. And the problem has been really, a lot of people think that we have got a bottomless pit, so they've asked for silly amounts of money for us to film in these places, which, as I mentioned earlier, is why we've lost a couple of locations, because people believe that because it's the BBC, you've got an endless budget to work with, which we haven't. So that's been the most difficult thing, is keeping within budget. Next one of my block is Blitz, around the Blitz. So that's going to be quite a challenge. I think we're about halfway there. We've got half the locations in place, but some of the street stuff and the bomb site, the wasteland and stuff could be a bit of a challenge, but it'll be nice. Promise.